Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine and wish you the same. In this blog, students, today we are going to study about the nucleus. You know very well where the nucleus is present. It is present within the cell, inside the cell. This nucleus do comprises of so many microscopic structure within inside, and this nucleus development has took with the modification of microscope, with the development or with the invention of electron microscope. The study of nucleus was possible. The founder of the nucleus is Robert Brown, and similarly one more name is there, Robert Hooke, but he was the founder of cell. I hope you know this. And Robert Brown is the founder of nucleus. So students, in this blog we are going to study about nucleus. So you could see here the structure of a typical cell. Okay, you can see the structure of a typical cell with all those material present in it. There are some of the cell which is having multiple nucleus, but in majority the cell is having a single nucleus. But some of the cells are there with the multiple nucleus. In tissue tissue you will study that there are some of the cells which is present in our body, or some of the tissue which is having multiple nuclei. Okay, but one more cell is there, one more type of cell is there which do not comprises of nucleus. You could see in the red in color, that is cell without nucleus, and that is the structure of RBC. That is RBC, red blood cell. As per I have told you, the founder of the nucleus is the Robert Brown in year 1831. Okay, in the year 1831, the Robert Brown founded the nucleus. Then you can see, as per I have told, कि with the development of the electron microscope, the nucleus was invented. The nucleus was studied more clearly. So this is the structure of the electron microscope. It is totally different from the simple microscope, or we can see compound microscope, because compound microscope can be handled from one place to another, but this electron microscope, this cannot be handled. This is a big technical equipment which is fixed at a place. So this cannot be moved from one place to another. Therefore this is not visible in everywhere, in every school or colleges, but in the place just like in a research center, then in big laboratories, and in the forensic department also sometimes this electron microscope can be found. Okay. Here students, you could see the structure of a nucleus. The structure of the nucleus from inside also you can see the nuclear envelope. The outer covering of the nucleus is known as nuclear envelope. Envelope means what? Covering, isn't it? So it is having nuclear envelope from outside. And one more thing students, it is also having, nucleus is having two membrane, one inner membrane and outer membrane is there, and the dotted like structure is the nuclear pore. You see the structure of a cell here. You can see the complete structure of a cell with the nucleus is there. Then these are the endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes present in it. This side there is no ribosomes present, hence this portion is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Mitochondria is there, lysosomes are there, ribosomes are there. Okay, and this is Golgi body which is present. So this is the structure of a complete cell. If we could see the structure of a nucleus deeply, then we can see it is having outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane is clearly visible and inner membrane is also clearly visible. Okay, from the inside one more nucleus like structure is there. Within the nucleus a round shape like structure which is present, that is nucleolus, and here you can see the pores are present, and these pores are the nuclear pore for the exchange of material. And perinuclear space is there. Perinuclear space, the inner membrane is there and outer membrane. The distance between the inner membrane and outer membrane, or the space which is present between the inner membrane and outer membrane, is known as the perinuclear space. That is perinuclear space. This nucleus is surrounded by endoplasmic reticulum. Already in the topic endoplasmic reticulum we have studied this. Alright. This nucleus is having a round shape like structure present from inside, that is known as the nucleolus. Okay, you can see at the corner, at the middle of the or within the nucleus, the genetic material is present. This genetic material is the DNA, and here also the synthesis of protein is taking place. Here it is not taking place. Actually this DNA is helping for various further development. This DNA turns into RNA during the cell division. We will study in the cell division topic, and hence in outside the nucleus or within the cytoplasm the formation of protein is taking place. As per the cell, within the cell the substances are present. You know now, within the cell the matrix substance which is present, or the fluid like substance which is present, above that the material or the organelles are floating. So that is known as the cytoplasm. So here similarly the nucleus is also having a matrix like substance which is present, that is known as the nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is present. Inside the nucleoplasm we can see the round shape like structure. This is known as the nucleolus, where the genetic material is present. If we could see the structure of a nucleolus, outside one is the nucleus or the nucleoplasm. We could see from inside the round shape like structure is present. This is the nucleolus, and this nucleolus is having a genetic material. It is having the genetic material, or we can say ribosomal RNA are present. Okay, ribosomal RNA is present. And from the outside if we see, or within the nucleoplasm, the thread like structure which is appearing here, you can see a network of thread like structure is present. This network of thread like structure is known as the chromatin. Okay, network of structure you can see here, thread like structure, that is the chromatin. This chromatin forms a condensed structure, or we can say this chromatin is a condensed structure of DNA. You can see here DNA. These are the proteins. DNA is negatively charged element. Okay, DNA is negatively charged element which is enclosed or which is attached to a protein like structure. This is known as the protein histone octamer. This is positively charged protein to which this DNA is wrapped around. Student, you don't have to go in detailing this one, because in 12th class already we will study in that molecular basis of inheritance. In that topic, this complete thing you have to study. Only you just remember The chromatin is a thread-like structure, actually that is the DNA itself, which is wrapped around a positive substance, that is protein, histone octamer protein. So DNA which is negatively charged is wrapped around a protein structure, that is the histone octamer. Alright, histone protein you can see, and some of the non-histone protein is also present. Condensation of chromatin into a chromosome. Now further you would have studied about the chromosome. In the last class also I have told you about the chromosome and DNA. So DNA is condensed in such a way, DNA forms the chromatin, and this chromatin is condensed into a chromosome. You know very well in human being, in normal human being, 23 pairs of chromosome are present. So that is there. 23 pairs of chromosome are there. If we see the normal structure of a chromosome, then it appears to be like this. So further topic we will study about the chromosome. I hope this nucleus is clear. Within the nucleus, what is present inside that nucleoplasm is there. The thread-like structure which is present, the network of thread-like structure, that is the chromatin, and this chromatin condenses, or chromatin is itself a DNA which is wrapped around the positively charged substance, that is the histone octamer. Some of the non-histone protein are also present, and the histone octamer is itself a protein, positively charged protein, around which the DNA is wrapped around. This form a chromatin structure. This chromatin condensed in such a manner to form the chromosome. Alright, so our next topic will be chromosome. We will see in the next block. Thank you students. I hope you understood this topic. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me through your questions. Okay, have a nice day.